Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and I'm on Facebook Live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Pacific Time, and I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's get started. I have a really fun project for you today. So this is the Apple Harvest stamp set, and it is in the July through December catalog. Let's move that out of the way. I'm going to show you a trick. July through December catalog, but starting September 1st, there are dies to go with it. So don't buy it yet. Wait until September 1st. There are dies to go with it, and it's called the Perfect Partner Promotion. You'll probably hear about it. And these are the dies right here that go with it. And so, since I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I get to order them early, one of the advantages of being a demonstrator. So, I'm going to show you something that I have not put together yet, but I have it in my mind. I know what I'm doing. And so, let's go ahead and get started. And I want to show you a couple of little tricks that I use. And we used it Saturday, but it didn't get explained right by me. So I'm sure it didn't get used right. So I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to work with Orchid Oasis. I love this color. This is just like one of my favorite in colors. And let's put that over there. So I am also going to use Parakeet Party, and that is another in color. So for the inside of my card here, I just have a couple of layers, and I'm not going to put anything on them. Somebody taught me a good trick this week, and I know it was my friend Lynette. And what she does is she just goes like this and puts a little bit of adhesive right there, and then she puts that on the inside of her card. Then when she's ready to stamp her greeting, and that was a removable mono adhesive, and then she'll go back, pull that off, and write her greeting. It does two things. One, if you blow it on stamping, you can turn it over. Or if you blow it on writing, you can turn it over and write on the other side. And now when I'm ready, I'll just pull that up and put it right on it and put it back in there permanently. Okay. And then I have the split layers, I think they're called, the dies. These are beautiful. These are one of my favorites right now. One of them. I have many favorites. Now on this one, I've cut this at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I wanted to give myself enough room around the edge here to put glue because it gets really close. And so I wanted to be sure that I had enough room there. So I cut them, the white, at 5 3/8 instead of 5 1/4 like we usually do. And that lets me just go like that. I think I want it that way. You can use this either way. So I could flip this around and have my white up here and my grid down here, or use it this way. And this time I think I'll use it this way. Now, this set of dies, let me grab them. It's amazing. It has, oops, they're not in there. It has all of these dies. Some of these cut around the images. So for example, this one here cuts around this one. There's an apple. Oh, there it is. The apple die cuts around this apple. This one cuts around this one. This is just giving you a nice little scalloped edge. A branch for your flowers. The centers of the flowers, which I'm not going to use today. This is a great greeting die right here. And then these are for this little flower here. So, and then there are 9 leaves. I kid you not, 9 leaves, guys. So this is the trick I want to show you today on how to use this and why and how I did it. So I took these to a class in fear that I would lose at least one of them, because there are 9 of them. And I came home with all 9, which is amazing to me, but that doesn't always happen. There's nothing more frustrating than losing part of your dies. And so what I did is I put them on a piece of tape. This is that low stick tape, and then trim around the edges of them. But they got used the wrong way, so they got taken off the tape, and that's the story. So today I'm going to show you how to use those, and I'm going to do it with the flowers. So I have a piece of tape here, and this is, I bought this at, this is not going to be big enough. Let me grab a new piece of tape. So let's put that one there, and we'll put my other big one in there. And this is great for doing it if you're doing a lot of flowers. You won't have to arrange them every time you go to the die cutting machine because they're all hooked together. Now you do want to cut your paper accordingly. So you want to cut your paper so that it's long enough, long enough to handle the dies, because that's a pretty good size. I'm going to trim around here because I don't want this to stick. So I'm just going to cut off this excess. And once you put them on here, you can just leave them on here. I think my poinsettia dies are still this way. I still have my poinsettia dies. And I think they're still hooked together this way. And periodically I go through and take it all off, clean it up real good, and put them back on, just because they work so well that way. Any die that you're layering, where you have one inside of the other. Now here, I could cut these apart here. I think I'll do that. And I just want to cut all that excess off so that I don't have a lot of extra that's going to get stuck. Okay. And we'll throw that away. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine here. And you will see I still have one plate that is magnetic that works. Oh, one other thing you want to do. You want to go through, once you cut these, you won't be able to see these. So you'll want to go through and poke the holes right through your flowers, the petals, so you can use those to get the image out. So if you wait and do it afterwards, it'll work, but it's not as easy because you got to find the holes. Where's my little ones? They're there. So, and you won't be able to see it right now. I can see the light through the holes. And so I at least want a couple of them punched so that I can dislodge my die. Okay. I got the tape at Lowe's, and it's, what do you call it? It is frog tape. It's a low stick frog tape. To find out which one was low stick online, and the yellow one is the low stick. Okay, so let's get our plates here. So I have my regular platform. I have the new die cut, the new weighted, the thing that weighs a ton, the magnetic plate, and I will use it until it will work no more. I love it. I'm so sad that they don't work. That they don't last. Okay, now these, normally I would place them, let me get my machine here. I would normally place them that way, face down. But for this, because the tape is there, I'm going to place them face up. It's going to cut just as well. I'm just not going to have the pressure on the tape, and therefore it won't stick to the paper. So, and then plate number 3 is going to go in here. And I'm going to run that through. Maybe. It's pretty tight. Oh, all of a sudden it's not tight. Oops, sorry. This is the problem with this. My screen is a little too low today. And I'm standing, I'm not sitting down. I knew I wouldn't. Okay, so when I pull this off, then my dies are there and together. So if I wasn't using a magnetic plate, this would be an ideal situation too, because it gives you something a little bit more to hang on to so your dies aren't jumping all over the place. Just laid that down with something. Okay, that's okay. So now I'm going to turn it over and punch that out. So now I know where my hole is, so I can pull that out. And my other two are on the back of here. They just stuck to there. Okay, so that's what I did on this. So I put all my leaves on here, and then I cut that out with a piece of parakeet party. And that's what I ended up with. You can see. And so now let's put it together. Whoops. Let's put those aside. Get rid of that. Let's put this project together. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go back to here and pull this in. Oops, and the rest of my dies over there. So I put, what I like to do is put a mini dimension I'm leaning towards. So I'm going to take my piercing tool, pull off a glue dot, maybe. Stick it on the back. Wait a minute, I want to make sure this is the back. It's not the back. That's the back. And then just attach my leaves, my flowers. And just getting both of those leaves in that. And so then I've got that. Okay, so let's do that on all of those. Let's get rid of those for now. Two more leaves. There are 9 leaves, so one of them is going to get 3. So this is a big flower, so let's put some big leaves on it. I mean, make sure you put your leaves the right direction, as well as your flowers. Okay. That's got tape on it. No, not tape. It feels like it. I mean, it looked like it. Okay. And then put the next one. And I'm going to go ahead and put that last one on. That's the wrong side. So the wrong side would be the side that is, when you cut with a die, the outside edges go downward along here. And so if it doesn't go downward, it's going up, that means it's the wrong side. Okay. 2. And let's put 2 on this one. And my extra leaf I'll determine once I put my card together. Okay. Now let's see. So I'm thinking I want my leaves to come. I need to make sure that I'm still on screen. I'm crooked, but I'm still on. Okay. I want my leaves to come down here. I'm just going to have my flowers. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, I want to color them. And I want to put some Wink of Stella on them, right? We have to have some Wink of Stella. Okay. Let me just figure this out for a second here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start with Petal Pink, and I'm just going to color the centers of them. This Petal Pink looks like it's about done. You can see the tip is gone. And this is where there's another die that you could cut and put in the center here. Probably should have done that, but I just didn't want to today. And then I'm going to come back with my Wink of Stella. Now my Wink of Stella, I'm not going to really squeeze it. I don't hardly ever squeeze this thing, unless this is one that everybody else is squeezing. But I don't want that strong glittery in there. It's just supposed to give it a shimmer, just a very light shimmer. So it's just kind of like shine more than it is the gold showing or the silver that's in it. I think this has got kind of a silvery color in it. And so you're just going to add a little wink of Stella. Right like that. And I remember telling you guys that I was going to give away something this time, and I forgot to go through and look at everybody. So after I'm done here, I'll get online and I will post online here who won the drawing for the hearts, iridescent hearts, or hearts, the heart bling. So, okay, now I am going to go back and put some, see, that adds a little color to it. And I'm just going to go right down here with these. Not sure how yet. If I want two at the top bigger and the two at the bottom smaller. I do have a greeting. I have a greeting that I'm going to put on here. And I use that greeting tag, and I've lost it. Okay, let's see if I can find it real quick here. There it is. And I am going to stamp it with, it's going to look empty right here, I have a feeling. So let's see what we can do to fill that in. Any suggestions, guys, as to what to put in this corner? And there's the greeting. Oh, goodness. That was about as crooked as you can get. Okay, we're going to stamp it again, and we're going to die cut it. So this time I'm going to stamp it first. And then I'll die cut it using that greeting. So give me a second. You guys comment. Let me know what we should put in that corner. Maybe? What do you think? Or is that one going to look funny over there? I think I'm going to stamp it with the thanks. This has a good thanks in it. Thanks for your kindness. Let's try that instead. So let me grab that out of here. And I don't know. That'll work. That will work. I hope it's straight. Okay, not bad. It's a little crooked. Okay, so maybe I'll just go that way. Okay, let's put those flowers on there. I just love the flowers. I think the flowers are gorgeous, and I think this is a great complement to that stamp set. But keep in mind that it's a bundle September 1st, and you'll get 10% off. So wait until September 1st to pick it up. And I will, of course, post this on my blog to remind you that September 1st is the day. I don't want those, I want these. So let's put this on. And I think I'm going to put, ooh, I've lost a leaf off of this one. And I think I'm going to put this one on here. No, but I don't like that one. Okay, let's go between these two. No, it makes it look heavy. Okay, let's try that. I want that up there behind it, so it almost looks like two of them on there. There. Okay. So I'm just going to attach that. Ooh, I don't want that. Let's go like that. And then this one. Going that way. I think I'm going to need some bling for the middle. And I think I want the pearls. And that one has one. Okay, let me grab some pearls. I like the iridescent pearls. I think they're one of my favorites. So let's put one of those in each of these. I'm going to use the smaller ones in the two small flowers. And I think I'll use the bigger ones in the two larger flowers. And there we are. Really simple, guys. Not a lot to it, but just makes a beautiful card. So thank you very much for joining me today. I will be posting this on my blog at stampwithdeb.com, where you can find all the measurements. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you, Anne. Yeah, I like the